You walk in on your knees in every scene. Okay.
Let's do it. I get to be kind of famous. Like, I get
Do I am I good at math? No. Okay, okay. Just thought I'd ask. Hi, welcome to the sex object, the girlfriend. Nope. Hi, welcome to the girlfriend, the sex object, the nag, the podcast. I am Maria Shahada. I am a comedian, actor, writer living in London.
and I am Kat Reinhardt. I'm a writer-director living in Los Angeles, trying my darndest to get a movie made, hopefully this year. We will see.
All
How
right.
are
And then
you?
we're going to be more a law of attraction about it. And you're like, I am making a movie.
I am making a movie in 2026. My husband, the other day, I was like, "We're hoping to shoot in the fall." And he goes, "You've been saying that to me since 2023."
I know, I know. These things are, yeah, but I believe it. I 100% believe it.
Thank you.
And this is a podcast where we talk about our favorite movies, but specifically focus on the female characters and how they've been written in Hollywood throughout the years. We do spoil movies almost immediately sometimes. So just if we're talking about a movie that you haven't seen, just know that. And this week we both watched the same movie. We're changing up the format a bit. And we both watched I forgot what we watched. Pitch Perfect!
Pitch Perfect, which I had never seen before. Had you seen it?
No, I hadn't actually seen it. I feel like I saw one scene. I'm like, I know this scene I recognize, but I don't think I'd ever actually otherwise seen it. So Pitch Perfect is from 2012, starring Anna Kendrick and some other people. Screenplay by Kay Cannon. Who's that? She wrote and produced the Pitch Perfect film series. And she was also a writer and producer for 30 Rock and The New Girl and Girl Boss. So pretty badass. And it was directed by Jason Moore.
Jason Moore. Okay. I watched this movie before looking up who wrote and directed it. And the whole time I was watching it, I was so mad at the man that wrote this movie.
Oh, that's so funny.
Women are not like this. I'm so mad that men think women are like this. And then as soon as the movie was over, I Googled and saw that it was a woman who wrote it. And I was like, oh, well, okay. Well, 2012 happened to us all. I probably would have written something this reductive in 2012. Also, had I been given this assignment, it's like, oh, women are mean to each other, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. I mean, yeah, in 2012, I'm sure there's stuff in MSOAI that's like, that's not great, is it?
Totally. Well, I wrote and directed and starred in like a TV pilot called F&B with a couple of my friends when I lived in New York City when I was in my mid 20s. And I'm so embarrassed by so much of it now that I remember messaging the guy and being like, can you please take this off the internet? Because I would be
Oh,
canceled for it.
wow.
It's just like, and it's just stuff that I thought was funny. It was all based on real people, but I don't think I would have done a better job. That's all I have to say. It's just easy for me now to be mad at certain things in this movie, but I probably would have written the same thing, if not worse, in 2012.
Yeah.
But that's jumping ahead. But one thing that is interesting about Pitch Perfect that I didn't know until I Googled it was that it's based off of a book.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's funny.
It's like a journalistic documentary style accounting of these collegiate a cappella groups, which sounds fascinating. This is a documentary I want to watch. But after I watched the movie, I asked the internet if the book was similar to the movie, and then specifically if the female characters in the book were catty and mean to each other. And the book said that. I mean, and the internet's AI said that they were not. So they just were like, this is interesting. A cappella collegiate groups that are having these like really intense competitions. And then Hollywood was like, let's make this a movie. And then they were like, well, obviously the girls have to call each other a slut a lot.
Obviously, because everyone was calling everyone sluts for I think that only stopped in, like, 2019.
Yeah, if at all.
Yeah, yeah. So let me run through the plot. Let me see if I can run through the plot. This is a skill I wanna learn. Let's, like, run through the
Great.
plot real quick. Let me see if I can do that.
Let's do it.
So, there's a acapella team, and they're competitive, and they're all women, and at the last competition they were in, they lost because the lead girl threw up out of nerves, and she wants to redeem herself, so she wants to do it again and do it better for the next year's competition. but it's a tired act. So enter Anna Kendrick, who is a DJ, and she loves like what was also big in 2012, which was mashups for songs. And she's like, acapella, that's lame, but then she eventually like decides to join the group, and the group is doing boring routines and they're kind of getting killed by the other acapella teams. B story, there's a dude. Okay, so they're at another competition. The lead girl who insists on doing it the way they did last year, and they're going to do it well. They start singing it the same way. It's clear they're boring the audience, they're boring the judges. And Anna Kendrick's character sees this, and so she starts doing a mashup in real, like live, like while they're on stage doing this routine they're all used to. And it's kind of cool, but it doesn't fully work. And then she gets kind of kicked out of the group because everybody's like, because the lead person's pissed off. She's like, "Why are you fucking with my routine?" And she's like, "Well, it was boring and you were going to lose." And they lost anyway. So Anna leaves. Then they realize they need her, whatever, for whatever reason, she comes back. Then they have the next competition and they kill it. I think that's it. That's the plot. Did I miss anything important?
What was the guy a cappella group?
Yeah.
Their main competitor is the all male a cappella group at their same college.
Yeah.
Adam Devine is the leader of their competition, and he's kind of a jerk. They really want to beat the guys. And then, yeah, the B story is the romance between Anna Kendrick's character and this really charming, lovely guy on the.
I'm going to look up the character names real quick so that we can talk about this.
We can't just say Anna Kendrick and
I would be fine with that, but it does get tedious. So Pitch Perfect. Okay. So Anna Kendrick's character is called Becca.
okay.
And then I guess the lead girl is called Chloe. And then there's Fat Amy, which we're going to talk about. Rebel.
Yeah.
The male love interest is called Jesse. Okay, so Becca likes Jesse. Jesse likes Becca a bit. Now, what doesn't super come into play is that Chloe, the lead, is she's saying, if you have anything to do with this all male team, if you have sex with them, you're out of our team because they don't respect us. And like if you have sex with them, then they win somehow. And then it comes out that one of the girls did have sex with one of the guys, and she gets kicked out, like slut shamed and kicked out. And so it's kind of a problem that Becca likes Jesse, or they kind of a thing.
But Becca
not
doesn't
really.
care because Becca's a reluctant member of the Bellas,
The
which is the
Bellas, yeah.
name of the a cappella group. She's a reluctant member, so I don't think she cares that there's that role. I think she would hook up with Jesse anyway, but she's just too. They do this weird, like, the funny thing to me about Anna Kendrick is I understand when the script was written that Becca's character is this like dark alt grunge kind of like reluctant to be there DJ, and her wardrobe is like My Chemical Romance, Hot Topic, kind of like black eyeliner, and she rolls her eyes at the beginning of every scene, the first half of the movie, just to remind the audience that she doesn't want to be there. Doesn't she have like a bracelet? She has like I don't know, she just like her whole wardrobe, her whole aesthetic, her whole demeanor is very much just like, just so you know, she doesn't want to be here. And so she has to be like kind of like chip on her shoulder, tough girl. And so I think she likes Jesse, but she has to take her time getting there because she has to be kind of tough. But after a while, that movie, I was like, okay, we get it. She has black eyeliner. She doesn't want to be there. Can we stop having her roll her eyes at the beginning of every scene?
Yeah, seriously.
I don't buy that Anna Kendrick is this person. Maybe we should have reworked a little bit of her character once we cast Anna Kendrick, because you can be angry and not want to be somewhere and have like a pink shirt on. You don't have to wear black jeans and have black eyeliner. That's not a requirement of being reluctant to be there. Like she could have still had a little bit of an attitude and not wanted to be there and had like normal makeup and jeans on, blue jeans.
Yeah. Yeah, she was really irritatingly like, I don't care about any of this.
Yes, I don't care about any of this. But her dad, she's forced into it because she wants to go to California, and her dad is a professor there who's like really hot and looks really young. But he's a professor there, and she's like, I want to go to California. And he's like, you need to participate in this school a little bit. You need to join one club. and then if you do that and you really participate, then you can go to California. So she's like, "Oh, fine. I guess I'll reluctantly do this stupid a cappella thing because I just happen to be the best singer ever."
Yeah. So that's basically it. I mean, it's kind of just a fun watch because you watch these a cappella groups compete against each other, but they also have like these like sort of rap battle, a cappella battles on the street. And then it's also a college film.
Yeah, and the singing is actually really fun. They're really good at it. The different songs they do, it's entertaining.
Yeah, like not a ton of like involved plot, but that doesn't matter because it is a fun watch. Where we thought it didn't age too well was Rebel Wilson's character being named Fat Amy.
And the other character, who's the character whose her job is just to be slutty. She has huge boobs, her just tits out every scene, and then she's like, "I like to have a lot of sex."
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, don't have sex with the male a cappella team." And she says, and I quote, she gestures to her vagina and says, "He's a hunter."
Yeah, isn't that the one who got kicked out? She was the one that they were like, "You have to leave now," and had to drag the chair out, or is it someone else?
No, this is another no, there's a character whose whole job is to just have big boobs and talk about how she likes to have sex.
Isn't that like 90s empowerment though? Like, like that's like
But
the
it
Samantha Jones of this movie world.
I didn't think it felt like that because they were doing confessions at the end, and she was like, "I like to have a lot of sex,"
Oh, right. Yeah.
and everybody was like, "We all know that." I don't know, it didn't feel empowering, it just felt like they were making fun of her, and it felt like male gaze-y.
Yeah, especially because it was a confession. It was like, "Well, I like to have a lot of sex." And they're like,
Yeah, well,
"We
she says it
know.
proudly, but she says it
We've been
proudly, but
gossiping." Yeah.
yeah, but during there was just a lot of slut shaming and making fun of over there was a fat shaming, slut shaming, and then there was, like, some lesbian making fun of the lesbian in the group too. There was just they were just kinda making fun of everyone who wasn't, like, a white, straight person. You know, her roommate, oh
Yeah.
my god, her roommate.
Oh, yeah, the really impersonable Asian roommate who was like white people.
He stares at her, she's like, "Do you speak English?" And
Oh, right. That's right. This is really super racist because she wasn't speaking or being nice whatsoever. And they're like, "You speak English?" I mean, it's
yeah,
okay if you don't.
yeah, and I'm thinking, like, this is 2012, like, if you have an Asian roommate in 2012, this is how it goes down? I don't buy this, like, maybe in the '70s, you would be like, "Do you speak English?" It was but then also how they were just mean to each other. What drove me crazy about this movie and, the whole point of us watching this movie and discussing it, and the whole point of our podcast is to like, this was a huge hit, they made 4 of these. Now we're watching it from the lens of today, looking back, like, how did this age? And the movie was very much of the time, but I can't believe that in 2012 we were still doing some of this stuff. This all the women were so mean to each other. Anna Kendrick and her roommate, they're mean to each other. They
Yeah.
and then the Bellas are mean to each other. The opening scene of the movie, the lead Bella is so mean to the other Bellas. She calls them all sluts. She's like super mean to them. They're mean and they're catty to each other the whole movie. And then there's like that insane physical, literal cat fight at the end where they are all fight. They're like, "Give me the pipe, bitch!" And they're all fighting each other. And then they like land in the throw up. And it's like the whole. Do you remember that whole fight scene?
Yeah. But this is what I mean when I said like we grew up pitted against each other.
Yes.
Women are always pitted against each other. It's just like, "Ew, you're a slut. You suck."
Mhm.
I don't know. And it's just like we had to like learn to be nice to other women. It was like we should build each other up.
Yes, we were pitted against each other, and it's so crazy that they were on the same team and pitted against each other
Yeah.
and mean to each other and competing with each other and the fat Amy of it all. But Rebel Wilson's character was so funny. I laughed out loud multiple times at her delivery of the lines that she said. I thought she was really funny. But you were like, I can't believe Rebel Wilson did this. And I'm surprised too. Like, why was she like, great, Fat Amy? My character's name is Fat
I mean,
Amy.
I would have done it too if they were like big butt Maria. I'd be like, "Yep,
Yeah.
that's me."
Studio movie.
Oh
Yeah,
no. My butt keeps getting in the way. I'm such a punchline. Like I would totally do it.
yeah, because you wanna be in a studio movie,
Yeah.
so sure, but, yeah, it was just so mean to the women. The writing was mean to the women, and I feel like we all confirm it because we're willing to play these parts,
Yes, 100%.
but of course we are.
You're gonna be slutty Sally, and it's like, "Yep."
Great. Where do I sign? You need my boobs to be out, like,
You walk in on your knees in every scene. Okay.
let's do it. I get to be kinda famous, like, I
Am I good at math? No. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Just thought I'd ask.
The white hot girls are mean to each other, and then Anna Kendrick just rolls her eyes in every scene with her black eyeliner that I just didn't believe. But then she's also, like, not fun, like, there's, like, really sweet, charming guy who gets to also have, like be nice to his roommate. He has a weird roommate. So Anna
Yeah,
Kendrick and the guy, her love interest, they both have weird roommates, but the male character gets to be, like, really sweet and helpful and friendly to his weird roommate, and then but Anna Kendrick and her roommate, they're just, like, not nice to each other because women aren't nice to each other,
yeah.
according 2012 Hollywood. So that, like, I resented that a little, but then also Jesse, her love interest, he's, like, fun and playful. They're at the recording studio together. Anna Kendrick, Becca and Jesse both intern at the radio station, the college radio station. And he has a crush on her and he's charming and trying to woo her and she's sort of rolling her eyes. And then there's this cute scene where he keeps playing this game with her where he's pulling up the records and putting them in front of his face and she's like sort of like rolls her eyes because she has to and then because that's her character and then the chip on her shoulder slowly melts away and she smiles a little to him. That bothered me that she never reciprocated. She never played the game back. Only he can be fun and charming. She has to be like,
Isn't that always the dynamic? Do you remember there was some John Hughes movie where, like, the guy wasn't all that attractive, but he was plucky and funny? Like, it's always like the guy has to be, like, plucky and funny.
yeah,
Like Adam Sandler, essentially, who has to, like, win this trophy of a woman. So if she
yes,
can't be fun back, she's gotta be this, like, "I don't want anything to do with you, I'm too cool for you." And then he's
yeah,
like, "My personality's gonna get her."
yeah. I wanted her to be fun back.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, it'd be great if she was just like, "I'm funny too," and they "But I
But
still
she,
don't want you."
right, right. But she does. It's cute. She does do the cute thing at the I liked how she wins him back on stage by doing a callback to the song he likes at the end of the movie.
Yes.
How she does they let her do a cute, playful, clever, charming thing to win him back at the end, and then she kisses him. So there was, like, a couple of more updated female character things than maybe had this been a '90s movie. So
Yes.
I appreciated that, but I still thought she could have been a little more playful and fun with him.
Yeah, she kinda had a, like, dud personality, but she was good at something. I remember talking to Johnny about, like, why we like a character, especially if
Mhm.
they're kind of shitty. Like, why do I like Don Draper? You know what I
Mm,
mean? Mad Men, he, like, cheats on his wife. He's a complete mystery to his wife. Why do I like this man? It's like, we like people who are good at what they do,
mhm.
and
Yeah.
s and she's very good at what she does, and so we wanna see her come and rescue this group that's just failing because they refuse to adapt.
You just want the satisfaction of all of it. You just know she's the best. And so
Yeah.
you want her to come in and just save the day. And then you want fat Amy to be called Amy.
I would have rather watched a movie with just Fat Amy as the main character.
Actually, I agree with that. She was the only likable, funny. I loved her. I thought she was so funny. Do you remember when is it Adam Devine?
Yeah. It's
She
hard
meets
because there's an Adam Levine who
right.
was the lead singer of Maroon 5 or is or well,
Yeah.
was? They're not around anymore, are they?
I mean, he did the Super Bowl not that long ago. I'm sure they're still around.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
Maybe it was a while ago. I'm bad at what is time? But he says to her so she
Oh,
comes up to him, like, the mixer they have the first night, Rebel Wilson's character, Fat Amy, and he says to her, "You're the most disgusting human being I've ever seen in my life."
oh, yeah, that's right. I was like, "Oh, that's horrible."
It's
And
horrible.
how does she take it? She probably, like, blows it off too. She's like, "Oh, pff."
Right, she does, but it's like, of course that has to hurt in real life and in the
Yeah,
movie.
it's like a punchline that they like, end up making out or something? Is that, like it's like a
Yeah.
punchline that she has boyfriends and that she has, like,
Yes.
guys who are after her. She's like,
Yes.
talking about all these guys that are interested in her, and we're supposed to be like, "Pff, really? Come on."
Right, yeah,
Just like,
'cause
"What?"
she's not even like that, it's like, yeah, she's right, she's disgusting, and she can't run, there's all these jokes about how she doesn't exercise, but she is, like she's so funny, and she's a good singer too, and they, like, don't wanna give her a solo because she's Fat Amy.
Yeah.
Chloe, the main Bella, really just wants a bunch of hot chicks, so she's very disappointed that that they have, like, a diverse, not supermodel lineup.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. But from the opening scene, I mean, we open the movie with these women we open the movie with these women being so mean to each other, and then the movie is also mean to them. When the women are being mean to each other, the movie's mean to the characters, like Rebel Wilson's character, at least. And the woman whose job it is to just whose role was to be the slutty one who says he's a hunter and it just tries to fuck everything. I'm trying to think of who the movie is nice to. Maybe Brittany Snow's character is fine. Well, Anna Camp is like mean to everybody, including Chloe, and pushes her around. And I think Chloe stands up for herself in the end with the help of My Chemical Romance, Anna Kendrick.
I guess Anna Kendrick's character needed an ally, right? Like, and everybody
Mhm.
else was too much of a character to be an ally. Do you think this sort of character comedy still happens? Like, do we still have movies where everybody's like, this is the one that says really horrible things in a soft voice, and this is the one who thinks he's a wizard, and this is the one like, do we still do this like straight man surrounded by completely insane characters? This is the fat one.
That's a really good question. Also, though, does Pitch Perfect still do this? Because there's like 4 or 5 Pitch Perfect movies. There probably was one made not that long ago where they still doing these same tropes. Is Fat Amy still Fat Amy?
It looks like we're gonna have to watch a later version of Pitch Perfect.
And see if they've updated, if Fat
Yeah.
Amy is now just Amy and they can
Yeah.
stop doing that. I wanted to look up how many times the word slut is used in the movie.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's like the men aren't calling them sluts, they're calling each other sluts, which is to your point of, like, how we're pitted against each other.
Yeah.
Okay, I found the one thing I wanna say, but there's her but also like, so she's well, we can get to this later when we get to the questions, but I thought her character was so mean to him. Like, why does he like her? She's so mean. But anyway, okay, my final question is, that I thought about when I was watching this movie was, where is her mom? There's no mention. There's just like her parents are divorced, but there's no mention of her mom. We don't see her mom. The all is lost. She goes to her dad and asks him for advice, and he gives it. Like, where's her mother?
Was there a stepmom or like a because she's like she hates who he married, I think, and that's her issue with her dad.
All the more reason why we'd want to see her mom. It was interesting to watch a movie from almost 15 years ago where most of the characters are female. Watch it from the lens of today, and I would say that it did not age well. But let's get into the female characters, like
Okay.
our questions. Okay, so this would be for Anna Kendrick.
Yes, who we decided his name was. We didn't decide. Her name is Becca.
Becca, right. Her name is Becca. What does she do?
What does she do? She's a college student who moonlights as a sort of DJ. Does she ever actually like? She DJs at a radio station.
She makes tapes and she gives them to the actual DJ at the radio station, and eventually he plays them and he really likes them.
Okay. Yeah.
But it takes a while for him to
Yeah.
come around.
Yeah. And then what does she want?
She wants to be a DJ. She wants to move to California and be a DJ. Does she have friends?
Yeah. She's friends with what's it, Chloe?
Mhm.
And she's kind of friends with all the girls in the acapella group. She just sort of is less friends with the lead one.
Well, she becomes friends with them eventually, reluctantly, but
Initially she has no friends, no.
initially she has no friends. She has no life. Like, she was born the day she walked into the college door. She was born like that scene, really. There's a little bit of backstory about her parents' divorce that caused her to be bitter and wear black eyeliner, I guess,
Yeah.
but there's no but yeah, she doesn't have any friends day 1 of college. Is he good for her?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I think he's good for her. I don't think she's good for him. I think she's mean to him and he can do better.
Why did they have a falling out? Like, they watched the end of
It
a
was
movie.
I remember writing down on my notes, like, the all is lost is I thought the all is lost was a bit of a slog, and I thought her apology to him was also a bit of a slog. It
Wh
wasn't really their falling out, all is lost, was not that good. I don't even remember it. I think she gets mad at him because he keeps on trying to help her, and she's, like, mean to him. Like, he bails her out of
Oh,
she's
right.
arrested and he bails her out of jail and calls her dad, and she's mad at him for that. She's so mean, and then later she, like, goes and apologizes, and he's just like, "You suck," and that's
Yeah.
cheating a bit. But I think that's why they break up, or maybe there's something more to it, I don't remember, but
Like, she's yeah, it was an undefined relationship. She's like, you know, "Nothing, you're not even my boyfriend, like, fuck off, stop meddling in my life," and he's like, "I'm just trying to help," like,
yeah.
and that's kind of why he's like, "This isn't for me," and
Yeah.
after she apologized.
He stood up for himself. Like, he was just trying to help, and she is just really shitty and mean to him, and I guess because of her backstory of the trauma of her parents' divorce, but that's not a good enough excuse to the point where I you could convince me that she is good for him. I don't see what he sees in her. I didn't really like her character that much anyway. I guess I liked that she was so good at the things that she did, but I agree that jumping forward to how would we do it differently, I would have had Rebel Wilson be the main character and maybe wear just normal clothes.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's too good for her.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So he's good for her. She has more growing up to do, which goes to our next question. Does she arc?
Yeah? Wait.
I think she does. I think she arced. I think the writer and the studio and the filmmaker spent a lot of time making sure that she arced. I think she has a very manufactured Hollywood arc. Like, does she even have black eyeliner in that like last shot, you know? Like
Right. Oh, yeah, their outfits got updated from, like, airline stewardess to what was it? How did they
like
look? They still
cool
had the
cool
scarf.
2000 yeah, like cool
Yeah.
2012 music video outfits or whatever. I'm sure there she's probably wearing color, like, she probably has, like, pink or red on or something at the end, like so her I'm sure her wardrobe, her makeup, her face, like, she had, like, a visual and mental arc very much from, like, I don't wanna be here, rolling my eyes, reluctant, like, chip on her shoulder, um, to happy, lovely human who can make effort, try to, save the group and her relationship with her sweet boyfriend all at the same time. She very much arcs.
Does she have, like, a different relationship with her dad by the end of it?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I think they wrap it up. I mean, they do a nice thing. I think her dad's there, like, clapping in the audience, and I think that's all
Okay.
we need. I think that was, like, all we need of that to show that everything in the end is buttoned up. Okay, so a reframing it, like, how would we do reframe as if it's her story or an updated log line reframe?
A girl finds a way to use her talents in an unexpected situation, like an a cappella group.
That's being very nice. For me, I'm like Anna Kendrick, who I do not believe could be this bitter person, plays a bitter college student who slowly becomes less bitter.
Does she become less bitter because of a man or because of the a cappella group? It's kind of everything, isn't it?
It's everything. At least it's not only because of the man.
But no, I'm 100% in agreement with you. I don't think she pulls off emo at all.
Yeah. She didn't pull it off at all. They could have they didn't need it. They
Yeah.
could have just had like she could have just been like, "Ugh, that's all you needed. You didn't need
Yeah.
the whole outfit and the eyeliner and the bracelet and like the
That's
you
true.
know,
She could have just been a girl with a brain. Like, who's just
yeah,
like, I
I
don't
don't want to do this.
need to sing with you because like
Yeah.
I have
I
other
don't
shit I'm doing.
yeah,
But
I
like
don't
they
want
had
to
to
hear
make
it.
her like, I'm too cool for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little too much of that. I couldn't buy it. So now I found that very distracting. Okay, and then how would we do it?
Well, I would have made Rebel Wilson the main character.
I completely agree. Yes, Rebel Wilson, main character, named Amy. There was a bunch of lines where I actually laughed, and it wasn't just when she was making fun of herself for being fat.
And her singing too, like, because she was like performing it and it was fun to
Mhm.
watch and you know,
She was great. Yeah, she was
yeah.
great. She stole the show, and I agree. To do it differently, I would have had the women be less catty.
Mm.
I think you can have comedy and stakes and drama without girls just being mean to each other. They had these people they were competing against. You could be there's just I don't know, like you can have competition without being that cutting to
Yeah.
each other. Like it's not believable, it's not real. Like women don't talk to each other that way.
I also would have had the roommate be like studying for med school or something and just like
Mhm,
too busy. Like if you're gonna have her as
mhm,
like unengaged, it's because
mhm.
she's so busy studying for med school. And then, Becca comes in and she's like, this a cappella group. And she's like, sounds hard. I'm trying to figure out how to
Yeah.
kill somebody when I'm in surgery. I don't
Mhm.
know.
Right, or you coulda just had, like, the dynamic between the 2 female roommates could have been as lovely and cute and quirky as the dynamic between the 2 male roommates.
It's funny because like you see that changed now. Like when you watch did you watch Ted Lasso?
No, I couldn't stand the Ned Flanders of it.
Oh, right. Oh, I love Ted Lasso, but I just feel like all the characters are kind of it's like, they took the rules of improv and put it in
Mhm,
character. So it's like for so long, we're used to seeing characters be in conflict with each other. And when you
mhm,
see them I mean, there was still conflict in Ted Lasso, but for the most part, everybody was on each other's side, and it was just really
mm.
refreshing and nice, and, much prefer that.
Okay. I'm not gonna watch Ted Lasso, but I would love if you soon but now I'm like, "Oh, I'd like to see that example." Because you do need what you need in a scene between 2 people is opposing wants, like, yes, we can have opposing wants without calling each other a fat slut.
Right,
And that's not
exactly.
even opposing wants.
Is that the new name of our podcast? We can have opposing wants without calling each other flat slot. The podcast.
The new name fat sluts is actually what we should call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say the TLDR is that did Pitch Perfect age well? No. It's a fun movie to watch. There's lots of cool songs and talented people, but yeah, women aren't like that. Well, except 5-year-olds. There's a 5-year-old girl who I think is pretty mean to Scout right now who
No.
is a little bit like that, but they're also friends. It's like very
Frenemies. That's so Grace. Your
yeah,
mom.
what it's funny because actually Dave was like, "Nana has a friend named Donna who's just like your friend." Like, so yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, I guess women do have frenemies, 5-year-olds, and 75-year-olds
But,
have
I'm
frenemies,
I'm
but
sure
it's
there are
totally
boys who you don't have any boys, you don't know if they're, like, making friends who punch them in the stomach. You know what I mean?
totally, totally. Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. So, okay, well, so that's Pitch Perfect. Maybe we'll watch the other ones sometime and come back and see how like we should compare Pitch Perfect 4 to Pitch Perfect and see how that one aged comparatively. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're good to go on Pitch.
Okay, perfect. Guys, thank you so much for listening. If you have any suggestions for us or want to respond to anything we've said, you can find us on the socials at the NAGPod or thenagpod@gmail.com. If you want to support us, we're on Ko-fi, ko-fi, / the NAGPod. And thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.